And welcome to another Vinny Talks Yanks. I'm your host Vincent LaRose, and today it's a rainy day here in New York, here on Long Island. But it didn't rain tonight in Florida. Yankees were actually able to start on time. Didn't have to start 2 hours late like last night. And the Yankees are just on fire right now. The Yankees managed to hit 14 home runs in 2 games against the Rays, which is ties a major league record, ties the 1999 Reds. And on top of that, 5 separate guys are able to hit 2 home runs in a game. Bellinger, Grisham, Caballero, Stanton, and one more that I'm forgetting. I don't know how, but I'll think of it. Who was it? Oh, and Wells today too. So like I said, 5 guys able to have 2 homer games within the span of 2 games, which is also super impressive. The Yankees continue to lead the majors in home runs. I believe they're up by nearly 30 home runs now. The next closest team is the Dodgers. And the biggest thing of all, the Yankees are winning games again, and they're gaining ground on the standings. Going into that Twin series, we were telling ourselves how we're about to not even be in the wild card spot. Now we're 2 games up in the wild card spot. We hold the first wild card spot. We passed the Red Sox. We're a game and a half up on them now, as they've lost 3 in a row, and the Blue Jays lost tonight. So the Yankees are now only 4 games back out of first place, and kind of just disproving everything I've been saying. I've been saying a wild card spot is realistic, and first place is probably unrealistic, and it would be a little dumb for us to think we can make it back. But the Yankees are trying to prove me wrong, and man, have they played good. The offense is on fire. Giancarlo Stanton continues to mash the baseball. The craziest thing about Giancarlo Stanton is, over the past couple of years, as a pinch hitter, he was 3 for 41 in pinch hit plate attempts or appearances, whatever you want to say. He's hit 3 homers this year in pinch hit opportunities, and a lot of the credit Stanton gives to himself for his mindset. Or before, when he was an everyday player, it was really about, when you got a day off, your mind shuts off, you shut down. You're going through your regular routines, but you don't really have the mindset of, I'm going to play a baseball game today. So when you go in and you pinch hit, and sometimes unexpectedly pinch hit, you haven't really mentally prepared yourself yet. And now he says every single day he's prepared as if he was starting. He's more focused on the game. He's watching every single at-bat closely, whether he is in right field, whether he's the DH, or whether he's on the bench for that day. And he gives that the credit for why he's able to just turn his pinch hitting statistics around pretty much this year. He's been amazing as a pinch hitter. Today he hits an absolute bomb off of Firehouse. I always want to call him JP Firehouse. I don't know why. What is his name? I can't think of the Rays' closest name for right now for some reason. I'm completely blanking. But he hits a bomb off them, and then Wells follows that with a bomb of his own, his second of the night. Just after I had a whole thing about Rice should be the starter, Wells wants to come and hit 2 home runs. So maybe I should just continue to bash the team and bash the players so they continue to play well. But like I said, the Yankees have just done exactly what they've needed to do. I will say this: I know they haven't been playing great teams. They're 8 out of the last 10. They're 8-2. 2 against. They're 8 out of the last 10. Last 3 series, 7-2 in their last 9 games. They've just played very well, and they've beat the bad teams, which is what they've needed to do. But the thing that stands out to me mostly with this 2-game set against the Rays was, Minnesota, St. Louis, they don't really have good pitching outside of, Minnesota had Joe Ryan, who had that really good start against us. And, St. Louis, not as good this year at least, but, Sonny Gray is still a good pitcher. we were able to get to Sonny Gray. Joe Ryan had our number, so he shut us down. But we were able to get to Sonny Gray, and we weren't going against good pitching in those two series, but you cannot say that for the Tampa Bay Rays. They always have really good pitching. Going against Shane Baz and Drew Rasmussen tonight, two of the better pitchers in the AL, and we torched both of them. Torched them. I wouldn't say we torched Drew Rasmussen. I can't say that. Definitely Shane Baz, though. But, you hit 2 homers off him. You feel good about it. He's able to still go 6 innings, so we didn't torch him. I'm sorry for saying that. But we're getting to the good pitchers. We're hitting off good pitching. And, again, I don't know why I can't think of his name. It's Pete Fairbanks. Oh, my God. Closer for the Rays. We were able to get to him on top of that as well and score 3 runs off him, off 2 homers. And we're able to win this game 6-4. Obviously, some not so great things. David Bednar struggles. He blows a save. He gives up 2 home runs. He gives up 2 runs in the 9th to allow the Rays to tie it 3-3. Obviously, the Yankees explode in the top of the 10th. For 3 runs, they almost tie it as Devin Williams comes in, immediately gives up a run, and then a double. So now we have the tying run on second base and the winning run at the plate. He's able to strike out the side after the fact, though, and keep his cool. And he was pumped up. I'm sure he really needed that just to gain some confidence, which is nice. And Cam Schlittler, man, what a start. 6 perfect innings. He ends up going 6 2/3, giving up 1 hit, and he walks 2. He struggled in the 7th, but Weaver comes in and strikes out Yandy Diaz to get out of it. Weaver does end up giving up a home run at the very next inning. That's where the Rays got one of their runs from. But Weaver has, other than that home run, had been phenomenal his past about 20 appearances. So, our bullpen is really, there's still the struggles, as it is announced today that Jonathan Loaisiga is thought to have a grade 2 flexor strain, which more than likely is going to mean Tommy John. And a little sad thing here, but it's more than likely we have seen Jonathan Loaisiga's days in pinstripes to be no more. I don't see him coming back. If he does need to get Tommy John, it would put him out for all of next year too. And he's on a 1-year deal right now. I think he actually has a team option for next year, but if he were to get Tommy John, I highly doubt the Yankees pick that up. So very likely we've seen Loaisiga in pinstripes for the last time. Let me make sure I'm thinking about his contract properly, because I know he signed a 2-year deal, or he signed a 1-year deal with the Yankees, but I believe there was a team option. Jonathan. Let me see. Yeah, so the Yankees actually have a club option for 2026, which I highly doubt they pick up if he, if he is to have to get his 3rd Tommy Johns, I believe it would be. I doubt they pick him up because he wouldn't be ready for that at all next year. Sorry, it's very late and I'm tired. But outside of that, I know Fernando Cruz made a 1-inning rehab start today, and he's expected to be in play on Friday. Hedrick went down today. He was put on the IL, and they called up Alan Winans, and he will likely just be sent back down once Cruz is ready to come off the IL. But once we have Cruz back, and if Cruz is what he is, Bednar, maybe this is just one hiccup, which is going to happen. Duvall can figure it out a little bit. Williams can grow off this good off this save. Luke Weaver can continue to be dominant. Maybe Jake Bird comes back up and he figures it out as well. We can have just a really, really good bullpen going into the postseason. So the Yankees are really making a good and strong push for the postseason now. It's very likely they're going to make it. I think they're at an estimated above 80% to this point now. So, but man, that offense has been on fire, and it's just good to see because, you know, no matter how good your pitching is, there's going to be days they struggle, and when you have an offense that can consistently pick up pitching multiple times in a game, it's very important, and it's going to get interesting. I know Judge's elbow is continuing to be like a question mark, as reporters asked Aaron Boone the other day, and he said Judge is likely not going to be able to throw 100% for the rest of the season. And then when they asked Aaron Judge said, I don't know why Aaron said that. I guess he hasn't seen me throw. He believes he's going to be able to throw 100% and be 100% in right field. We're getting very back and forth. So we were told that he was supposed to start playing right field in the Cardinals series, and then that doesn't happen. And then we were told he's likely going to get a start in the Rays series, which just ended tonight, obviously. That doesn't end up happening. And then it still looks like he will not be in right field for the Boston series because Stanton was given the night off. He obviously pinched it, and then he eventually was forced to go in right field after Caballero gets thrown out of the game. But Stanton, they wanted to keep Stanton off tonight so they can use him in, I believe, probably 3 out of 4 in Boston, or not in Boston, I'm sorry, against Boston. They're playing in Yankee Stadium. But so it kind of confuses me at this point, because if that is the route you're going to go, you might as well just shut him down for the rest of the season. Do kind of what the Phillies did to Harper. Not necessarily saying Judge needs Tommy John surgery, but if they're hiding that, and that is the case, and they don't want to release that, because then you get into the worrisome part about who's going to play right field every day. Because as hot as Stanton is at the plate, he's not going to be able to play right field every day. One of the reasons he didn't get a start in the Cardinals series was because he had extreme lower body soreness, and they wanted to give him multiple days off in the row so he could recover. You know, as he's getting used to playing right field again, as he hasn't actually made consistent starts in right field since 2022. He had a couple starts in 2023, but they were not consistent. So, you know, that's 3 years out of actually consistently playing right field every single day. So we'll see. Good news is Caballero's hot. So if it's not the absolute end of the world, and now you can really trust Stanton coming off the bench and you know, coming up in a big spot in a pinch hitting appearance. So the Yankees are getting things rolling. We're going into the biggest series of the entire season against Boston. It is almost required that they need to win at least 3 out of 4 of this. That gets you 4 games ahead of the Red Sox. We're up a game and a half right now on the Red Sox, I believe. So that would actually get you 3.5 games up on the Red Sox. But again, it's very important that we create some distance and try our best to get closer and closer to the Blue Jays, because we have another Blue Jays series coming up. Division. Yeah, so we're a game and a half up on the Red Sox. And like I said, we have a Blue Jays series coming up. Boston. In 2 weeks. So it's very important if they want to win the division. They need to continue to win games in our division. We've struggled with that over the past couple of years. The Yankees have struggled being able to beat teams in our division. So starting tomorrow, that needs to happen. Tomorrow's going to be tough. I know they're expected to land back here in New York around 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure that's not going to be fun. But at the end of the day, it's the business, and that's how the business goes. So hopefully the Yankees can keep the bats hot, roll over Boston, because we really need to, because Boston has had our number this year. They have destroyed us this year. It's really important that we play well against Boston, especially now being able to jump over them in the standings. So, but that's really it, man. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have seen the highlights of the series, seen everything that's going on. This team is on a roll and needs to keep going. So I'm going to end it there. It's a 2-game series. I'm going to keep this video short, as the Boston series is probably going to be closer to a 30-minute video. So outside of that, there's really nothing else to talk about. We covered all the injuries. We covered everything that happened during the series. As the Yankees continue to roll on and move forward. So, like I said, I'm going to end it there. It's kind of a crappy night. Good night for the Yankees, though. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're on the podcast side, I appreciate every last one of you. And, of course, go Yankees.